So I'm on this really beautiful hike, and I'm really out of shape, as it turns out. It's been a while since I've hiked or done anything really active, so I should probably do that more. I was thinking about what was I thinking about? Does anybody else ever have like constant practice conversations in their head? Like all the time, like I always have like I'm always practicing what I'm gonna say all the time. It might be an anxiety thing. I mean, it probably is, right? But it's like I'm, constantly worried about what to say or how to say it, and so I'm constantly practicing what I'm gonna say in my head before I go and say it. Even like when I do my videos, I don't really script them. I've tried that, but I don't like it because it's not really authentic and not so real, not so vulnerable, which is what I'm trying to do here. But I do want to know. I mean, I find myself trying to practicing in my head, like, hey, what am I going to say, and how am I going to say it, right? And I've been practicing mindfulness for a long time, which is this meditative idea where you stop practicing conversations. You stop thinking so much about what's not really present in the moment, right? You stop worrying about anything that's not presently true right now. And what I found is the reason why I practice conversations, honestly, the most of it, when I stop and think, why am I thinking about this particular thing right now? It's always an emotion. The emotion motivates everything we do, even thinking. So it's always an emotion, and I'm like, why? What's the emotion that's causing me to think about this? And it's always fear. I'm just always afraid. I can trace any thought process back. Most of my thought process is back to fear. I have to figure out how to say this perfectly so that then when I get in the moment, I'll say it perfectly. Because I'm afraid that I'm going to say it wrong and that people aren't going to like me, or I'm not going to have the impact I want to have. By the way, there's a creek running right here. I hope that it's not too loud, but it's really pretty. I didn't even know this place was here. It's pretty close to my house. It's also pretty close to a lot of houses. There's tons of, there's a lot of nice houses up here. You have to have money to live by a creek. No, that's not true. But it's really beautiful. So anyway, back to my thought is that so much of our thoughts, this is the mindfulness idea, right? So much of the thoughts that fill our head all the time, the mind all the time, are just motivated by fear. We're just afraid, and we're trying to figure out, we're trying to, okay, this for me at least, I'm always trying to I'm trying to prepare myself to be ready in a moment so that I can so that I can be good enough in that moment. Right? It's a fear mindset. It's a scarcity mindset. Like the fear, I'm not going to be enough in the moment. Whenever this conversation happens, or whenever I record this video, or whenever I interact with this person, whenever I go up to talk to this girl, or so whatever, like I'm not going to be good enough. I'm not going to say the right thing. I'm not going to do the right thing. Therefore, I need to practice now so that I know exactly what I'm going to say, so that I can say it perfectly, so that they'll like me. And that is this scarcity mindset, this fear mindset. And that's what meditation is trying to resolve, is trying to calm. That's what mindfulness is trying to calm. It sounds weird because it's like mindfulness sounds like you're trying to get into your mind, but you're actually trying to get out of your mind. You're getting your mind into real life, into reality. And so what I've been doing a lot lately is just practicing cutting my thoughts off midstream and like just not thinking at all. And it's hard. Like I'm really not good at it. Like it's pretty hard, but I'm getting better. And that is something that's encouraging. I'm getting a lot better because I just keep practicing it. That I'm able to now sometimes get to the point where I am not thinking, I'm not worried. My thoughts aren't motivated by worry or stress or fear or not being a good enough, not saying the right thing, or not doing the right thing, not being good enough for somebody to like me. So yeah, I don't know, it's just something I've been thinking about a lot, is like, think about your thoughts. Are you having constant practice conversations with yourself, in your mind, about conversations with other people or just with yourself or whatever, that you're trying to like work through something and trying to find the right perfect answer, or like way to say something, or the perfect way to do something so that you can be good enough in that moment when it comes. Like, think about the emotion that's motivating your thoughts. And if it's fear, which I guarantee you most of the time it is, like 90% of the time, I think is a negative. It's like fear-based, like, oh, I'm not going to be good enough, and I have to think about this and figure it out so that I'll know how to be good enough. So think about that. Think about that as you go throughout your day, and practice cutting your thoughts off. Practice cutting your thoughts. The way I do it, the way I learned it, figured out how to do it, was like I practice a real audible sentence, when I say like so my name's Josh, right? So if I'm going to say, hello, my name is Josh, I start to say that and then I cut it off in mid-sentence. Hello, my name, right? It sounds kind of silly, or looks kind of silly, but it's that idea of cutting a thought off in mid-sentence, but in your mind. And so if you learn how to do that out loud, that's the feeling you're going for in your mind, and you can practice that in your mind. And you can start to become a little bit more mindful. Anyway, just a thought. Think about why you're thinking the things you're thinking. And if it's fear, practice some mindfulness. Practice letting go of those thoughts and cutting them off and letting them go. It's really helped me. I think it will really help anyone, especially anyone with anxiety or depression. Anyway.